Hey there. So you're about to experience the slow flow yoga practice that we had during our grand opening party for the Yoga Health Nurse online yoga studio for nurses. So if you don't know about our studio yet, we are online and you can check out all the information in the box below this video, and I hope to see you there. Feel free to reach out, visit our website. All the information is going to be there for you. And there is a funny little thing that happens during this video. We have some interruptions with cats meeting each other on the screen. So just like life, distractions happen. We continue to practice our yoga. I hope you enjoy the practice and feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Do not forget to like this video, like this page, subscribe, do all the things, and have fun. Enjoy the practice.
So come into a seated, comfortable position, whatever that is to you. You can be cross-legged if you wish. And then just allow your hands to float down onto your knees. When we start yoga practice, we always start with centering. And a lot of times we bring our breath to help us get there. So it's okay to wiggle and shimmy and shake and really feel grounded down into the earth. So your sitting bones are grounding you down, almost like they're pulling you into the earth. And then take a minute, squeeze the shoulder blades back, open the heart for just a breath. And then bring those shoulders in line. Tuck the belly just a little bit. We're just starting to work on straightening our spine. So the crown of the head is shooting up towards the ceiling. Beautiful work. Good. Allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears. And let's just breathe here. Just noticing. Don't take control. Just notice how you feel in this moment. Scanning the breath. Is it long or short? Smooth or shaky? Scanning the energy, the mind. How is that showing up? And don't attach, just simply assess it, be aware, and move on. And then noticing the body. What areas are calling to you? In any area of tension, let's just take a moment, use the magic of our breath to help that tension start to ease. So inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, sigh out of the mouth. It's the beauty of being home in the comfort of your own home. You can make all these weird yogi noises. So inhale, breathe in through the nose, and then exhale. And as you continue your exhales, you'll start to feel a softening happening. So breathing in and releasing. Just taking your hands for a moment and placing your hands over your heart. As nurses and healthcare providers or givers and healers, we are always using a lot of our heart's energy. And a lot of the times we don't connect within in our own hearts to show up for ourselves, to give compassion. And I honor that all of you here this evening have chosen to show up on the mat to give back to your health and your well-being. So just take a moment and connect to the energy of the heart drum. Feel the drum, the energy happening in your body. And subtly, You may even be able to feel the rhythm of the beat throughout your entire being. Listen and connect. As healers and givers, we really want to be able to open up this heart space, this shoulder space, this chest wall, because as we collapse a lot of the times due to social media, due to charting, due to insecurities, doubt, fear, shame, we start to cave inward and we can't shine our compassionate hearts, our healing heart to others. So we really want to begin to open this space up. So allow your hands to fall down to the mat. And if you can't really reach the mat, you can always tent those fingers. Or if you do have a block, you can always place your block down in your hand on top of the block. So a couple different options there. Great. So we're just gonna start here with a few sun breaths. So you wanna stay grounded in those sitting bones. So if you start to round forward, pulling those shoulder blades back and grounding down through those sitting bones. Great. On your next inhale, we're just gonna inhale, lift the arms up, all the way up. Beautiful work, the palms facing each other. And as you exhale, the palms facing the floor. Release down. Awesome job. Just keep flowing with your breath here. Inhale to lift those arms up, reach those fingertips out. Exhale. Good. Keep flowing with the breath. So movement and breath, you already are doing yoga. If this is all you can get in during the day, you've done yoga. Doesn't have to be this fancy practice with hours on the mat. It's really just showing up to open up the body. Beautiful work. Exhale, release down. You might already start to feel some opening happening in the shoulders. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms facing up. And then press the palms towards you. So they're facing me, they're facing the computer. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows to cactus arms. So it's gonna be in line with your shoulders. Now squeeze those shoulder blades really hard together. And we're just gonna stay here and breathe. So breathing into that space in the collarbones and into the heart. And notice what shows up. You might have a tendency to already start to fold forward. Your core might start to collapse. Just notice what shows up. By creating space in the chest wall, you may even feel a little insecure that you're showing yourself, right? We're puffing our chest up because we're not used to doing that. So opening up the heart space, the shoulders really helps with confidence as well. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Good, palms facing each other. Tap them together and then exhale back to cactus. Good, pause here for a few breaths. Inhale, exhale. Now if you breathe in through the nose and out of the mouth, or in through the nose and out of the nose, that's completely up to you. Inhale, lift the arms up. Do what feels good in your body. Tap those palms. Exhale. Bring them back down into cactus or goalpost arms. Sometimes I'll use that term too. Good. Inhale, exhale. Awesome job. Take a deep breath in. Lean back just a little bit. Open that heart up. Few breaths here. Good. Exhale, bring the palms together. Elbows are still bent. Bring your hands to heart center. Pause. Notice what's showing up in the shoulders. Now in our life, we're really used to go, 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 go. And that's why it's important to take a pause. The transitions in yoga are really what teaches you a lot about how you show up. Another deep breath in. Exhale. Release the hands down by the sides. Tent those fingers. Good. You're going to keep the right hand down. So we may be opposite in the computer screen. But inhale, lift your left arm up overhead. And then you're just going to lean over to your right. Now, here is where people start to collapse because the ego shows up and is like, you need to lean as far as you possibly can. If your left hip starts to come off the mat, then you're not showing up for the practice. So lean over as much until you feel the stretch in the side body. And try not to collapse forward. Get that heart up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. Breathe. Good. Reach the hands up. Exhale, release. Awesome job. The cats are fighting if you can't see it. Inhale, lift the left arm up overhead. Exhale, lean over to the left. Reach that heart up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Inhale, lift the arm back up. Release, right hand to the mat. Inhale, lift the left arm. You're just gonna do this one fluid motion here. Exhale, release. We're just gonna float from side to side. Inhale to lift. Keeping those hips on the earth, grounded down. Keep moving back and forth. Good, coming back to stillness. Place your hands back onto your knees. On your next inhale, we're doing seated cat and cow. So you're gonna pull your heart through. And then on the exhale, you're gonna tuck that tailbone under, tuck the chin into the chest, round the spine. Inhale, come back through. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come back to neutral spine. Take your left hand onto the outside of that right thigh. Take the right hand up overhead. Inhale, lift, get really nice and tall. Exhale, twist. So the right hand goes behind you and you can look behind you if your neck allows. If not, you just start looking straight ahead. Breathe in and out here. And on the exhale, wringing out anything in your life that's no longer serving you, detoxifying, cleansing. Good. Inhale, bring the right hand back up overhead. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, lift both arms up overhead. And we'll switch. Right hand to the left thigh, left hand behind you. Before you twist, inhale, get nice and tall, and then exhale to twist. Breathe. Good. Inhale, lift the left arm back up overhead. Come back to neutral. Exhale, release. Beautiful job. Pause for a breath. Good. Bring the hands back down to the mat. You're going to tense your fingertips or place your hands on the block. And I'd like you to walk your right fingertips out to the side. So the side of the hip, walk that out. And then the left ear is going to float towards that left shoulder. Now, if the shoulder is up like this, because that's what we're usually used to, I want you to push that left shoulder down towards the mat. So it might flatten that hand down onto the mat and open up that right neck and really move the jaw. Remember what I said in the beginning, we talk to people all day long. So release that jaw. It's really connected into the neck space. And if you want to take it a little further, you can always take the left hand and place it on the outside of that right temple and pull the left ear down and just be gentle. Breathe in and out. All right, inhale, lift the head back up. Good. We're just going to take it to the other side. Walk those fingertips back in. Left fingertips come out. Push the right shoulder down, right ear to right shoulder. Ah, notice the difference between the two sides. Releasing the jaw. Good. Inhale, come back up. Great job. So we're going to take it to a tabletop position or all fours. This is Smog. He's here to join us. He's my yogi kitty. He loves this blanket. All right. So all fours, tabletop position. I'm going to just take my malas off so I don't swing and knock myself out. So you want your fingers to be really nice and wide because these are your foundation, and then your knees can be under your hips. And once you reach here, your shoulders are underneath your, or over your wrists. Just swing from left to right and notice what's showing up on the outsides of those hips. Now the feet can be tucked under or the tops of the feet can hit the mat. That's completely up to you. Good. We're just going to open up with some hip circles. So you can stay with the swing if that feels good. Sometimes you can get a little bit more rocking with the swing. Again, go to what feels good in the body. And then if you'd like to bring your bum towards your heels, come around, turn on the breath. Inhale, exhale.
There's no way you can be hungry. You ate so much for dinner.
Yeah, and then the next time your heart's up around your hands, you're just going to reverse. Go the opposite way. Awesome. And then we're going to move into a child's pose. So you can keep your knees together and the big toes are going to touch. If that's better for you, you just bring your hips back towards your heels. Or if you'd like to bring your knees out really nice and wide, bring your big toes to kiss and your hips come back towards your heels. Now you're going to walk your hands out in front of you so we have that nice side body stretch, and allow your heart to float down to the mat, your head to float down to the mat. And you're going to breathe into the back body. Letting go on the exhale. Good. On your next inhale, start to crawl your hands back in. Awesome job. Come back to tabletop position. And from here, you're going to walk your hands about a hand distance up. So walk it a little bit further up. I'm going to move my blocks and my blanket so you can see. And you're going to keep your knees on the mat and lift those toes off the mat and lean forward. Beautiful. So we're in like a low push-up, knee down push-up position. And then keeping your elbows close to your sides and bringing them back behind you. I want you to lower down to the mat. Easy, easy, easy. Belly, chest, chin. And then take your legs behind you. Tops of the feet to hit the mat. Allow your forehead to float down to the floor. Press the pelvis into the mat. Squeeze the legs together. And on your next inhale, the heart comes forward and up into a cobra. So if your lower back that tonight isn't feeling too well, you come down to the forearms onto Sphinx pose. Gives you a little bit more stability. You don't want to crunch your lower back. You want to find length in the lower back first before you rise up. Okay. Good, another breath in. Okay, you have to get a break. Anything happens on live. Exhale, release back down to the mat. Good. Inhale, push up to all fours. And then you're gonna tuck your toes. We're gonna go into our first downward facing dog. So tuck the toes and lift your hips up and back. Now you're pretending you're gonna rip the mat between the toes and the palms of the hands. Keep the knees bent right now. Allow the head to hang. I love to do this pose after a long day. I just imagine everything pouring out of my brain and into the mat and out of my life. So pressing down into the palms, hips are up and back. And just walk those feet from left to right. Bending one knee, straightening the other. See what shows up. Breathing. And then coming to a pause, taking a really nice deep inhale here. And on the exhale, you're gonna round your spine, come forward into that plank. Allow your knees to fall down to the floor. If you need to walk your hands out a little bit further, go ahead and do that now. And then lower yourself back down to the mat. Feet to hit the mat, inhale into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful work. Inhale to all fours. Good. From all fours, you're going to step your right foot forward into a low lunge. Now here you can use your blocks if you have them, or maybe some old nursing books work well too. This allows the floor to come up to you. You can also tense your fingers. Sink down into that left hip. Breathe here. Releasing tension. Good. On your next inhale, lift the arms up overhead if you wish. Sink down into that left hip a little bit more. Raise that heart up. Breathe into the heart center. Exhale, release your fingertips back down to the mat. Step that right foot back. Take a child's pose. Notice the difference between the left and the right side. Arms can come up overhead, or you can allow the hands to fall down by the sides. Good. Inhale, bring the hands back to all fours. Awesome job. Tuck those toes. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Notice the difference now. Again, just walking those feet out, bending one knee, then the other, emptying the head, maybe shaking the head from side to side. Good. Coming to stillness, take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, round that spine forward into plank, knees down or up if you're used to a regular chaturanga. I'm going to place my knees down and then allow the elbows to come back and lower down. Belly, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale into cobra, heart comes forward and up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up, all fours. And then step that left leg forward into a lunge. Notice how it feels on this side compared to the last. Awesome work. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. On every exhale, trying to release something in that hip. Good. Keeping your hands on the mat or maybe bringing them up overhead. Sink down into that right hip. Lift the heart up. Maybe gaze up this time. Exhale, release the hands back down to the mat. Step the left foot back. Child's pose. Great work. On your next inhale, come back up to rise. We're going to come around to sit on our bums. Good. So the feet are flat on the floor and the knees are bent. Bring your hands by your sides and start to come down one vertebrae at a time. So curl down, use that core. Awesome job. When you land there, knees come into the chest and just roll from left to right. Massage that lower back, pausing maybe on the side hip or on the top of the glute. Those are areas of lower back tension. Beautiful. Allow your feet to hit the mat. Great work. Hands down by the sides. And all you're gonna do is thrust your hips up towards the ceiling and come over onto your right hip. So maybe not so much over on the whole side as we're gonna move into a twist. And allow both legs, both knees to come over to the right side as we move into this twist. Left hand comes out to the side. Now the top of the leg, so the left leg, you can straighten that if you want to. Take whatever you need, whatever your body needs, just remembering to create this length and this twist. So whatever feels good in your body. Breathe here. You can turn your head to the side, to the left or the right side. You'll get more opening if you look toward your left hand. Deep breath in. And on your exhale, come back to neutral. So both feet are flat on the floor. We're gonna take it to the opposite side. So thrust the hip up towards the ceiling and come over onto the left hip. And allow both knees to fall to the left. And gaze over towards your right palm. Good. Deep breath in, bring the knees back. Awesome work. Come back to neutral so both of your glutes are on the mats, and pull those knees back in and give yourself a really good hug, a really nice, compassionate hug. So if you were gonna hug your friends or a patient, hug yourself in that way. Maybe rock from side to side. Awesome. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come into Shavasana, final resting pose for a few moments. Let the feet fall out to the sides of the mat. The legs are long. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling to receive. Get really nice and comfy. If you want to take a moment to put a blanket over you, feel free to do that as well. Take a nice deep breath.
That's hysterical.
Deep breath in, and as you exhale, allow yourself to completely let go. So the parts of the body that feel really heavy in the mat, let them feel really heavy. They're pulling you down, they're rooting you down, and the in-between areas are soft and opening. And breath by breath, just start to float away in stillness and in peace. And slowly and effortlessly, just bringing the breath back in. And bringing your awareness back into the room, into the body. Maybe re-wetting the mouth and starting to wiggle your fingertips and your toes. Making some wrist and ankle circles. Deepening the breath, and on your next inhale, lift the arms up overhead, point the toes, really nice long body stretch here. Exhale, curl in, one last big hug to yourself. And then come over to lay onto your right side, head onto the right arm. Take a breath here, and on your exhale, releasing anything else that's no longer serving you in this time. Let it go. And then using the bottom hand and pushing on up. And coming back to a seated, comfortable position. Eyes are still closed. And pausing here to notice the benefits of this practice. These subtle changes that have happened in your mind, in your body, and in your soul. Connect. And then once again, bringing your hand over your heart, connect to the energy of that drum. Notice if you feel anything different there. More energy, more opening, softer beats. And then bow your head to your heart, showing yourself love and compassion for taking time this evening to show up for you. So well deserved and needed. And I thank you all for joining me for this practice. And may love and health go with you wherever you go. Namaste in nursing.